Today on the channel, we're going to learn 4 cool John Cougar Mellencamp songs. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to play 4 really cool John Cougar Mellencamp songs that have got some nice guitar parts in them. And we're going to start with Pink Houses, and then we're going to go to Jack and Diane, then Small Town, and we're going to wrap it up with R.O.C.K. in the USA. So let's begin. These songs are all tuned to standard tuning, and I've got my tone running through Pro Tools. I'm running through a Fractal Axe 8. Got some heavy gain on the patch. It's kind of like this. I'm going to roll back and clean up like this. All right. Now a lot of these songs have electric and acoustic on them, but I'm going to show you on this electric because if you're playing it live and you don't have an acoustic player, it's possible to get the right tones and the right vibe and feel with a Strat or a Tele. These songs really lend themselves best to a single coil pickup, but you could do it with a P90 or a humbucker. You just got to have the amp dialed in just right. Maybe roll back your volume. I like to use a little bit of distortion and roll back because it keeps the headroom of the amp warm, and it just opens the tone up a little bit more. That's just my experience, especially live. So anyway, let's talk about Pink Houses. Pink Houses is in the key of G, okay? And the main chords in this song are gonna be, G major, like this, with the D on the B string. Then we're going to do an F, and this F a lot of the times has this G on the top of it, so it's like an F2 and then a C chord with a G on the top of it, and back to this cowboy G shape. All right, it's got this really neat riff in the beginning. It goes all right, and the timing is interesting on that as well. So it starts off with, we're going to hit this low G twice, like that, and then slide up to this B. So we're basically outlining a major third. So that's the very first part. And then we're going to play the open G. Like that, and then play this G chord afterwards. So it goes. Now when I go to this G chord, I'm going to play it with my ring finger and my pinky like this. And you're probably like, Marty, why are you doing it that way? That sucks. Well, it does suck, but it actually is necessary because we're going to do this G sustain chord right here. We're going to play, it's basically like a C, but with a G on the bass. And then we're going to resolve, all right? So it's like a 4, 1, and amen type cadence. So all together it's... Now you could go, you could do a C9 chord, it's just like this G, but with a C. Or you could go, I think it sounds better doing this sus, because it's a 4 with a 1 on the bass. So slowly. Okay, and the rest of the song's pretty easy. I mean, we just got some delicate strumming. During the verses, and then he goes to this F. One key part about this is to keep this G to ring through, keep it ringing through these chords. So with this F, and then the C, this song just resonates G through the whole song. It's like a lullaby, man. It just lulls you into like a nice, really mellow mood. And then there's like a little bridge. He goes, yeah, yeah. All right. Now during the chorus, it breaks it up a little bit more. He goes, well, ain't that America? C to a G. Ain't that America? Something to see. Well, ain't that America? Something to see. And he goes up to a D. So that's the one time the 5 hits in the chord. Little pink houses for you and me. Back to a 1 or a 4. And back to this 1. Alright, so during the verse, he's strumming on this G. He does a flat 7, which is the F, with a 2 on the upper G there. And then the C. Chorus. He goes a 4 to a 5 to a 1. C to a G. C to a G. To a D. Might want to put a D sus4 on there. Okay, and then there's a little bridge. He goes. So during that bridge part, he goes to E minor, then to a G, a C, G. D, back to an E minor. He repeats this part. G, C, G. G, D. He holds that out for quite a few bars. Breaks it down into the little middle part where he's really playing quietly, right? So that's the whole song, all right? That little riff in the beginning is so cool. It's kind of neat because you gotta be really precise. You down pick when you're on this G to B, and then up pick on this open G. Gotta hit it just right. All right, Jack and Diane. Jack and Diane is played in a different key. It's going to be pretty much in the key of A. All right, kind of D, but it's mostly A. So it starts off with this A chord up here. Okay, that's the beginning riff. So A, up, think of it like an A bar chord. Or we're going to just play the D and the G and the B string, part of the A chord, with an open A. And this has an A pedal tone, so this A is going to stay open through this whole intro riff. And we're going to play this chord, which is an E, with an A on the bass. And this is right here. And then the D is going to be like the same shape with an A on the bass. So the riff goes like this. So we're going to toggle between the A and the E, and then end on the D. And then he does an open D string twice, then goes better than then. I'll count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then the next riff goes like this. And basically it's just like the beginning riff. We're going to go A to E to D to E back to an A, but we're going to be playing it up higher in the chord range. So this A chord was here, E, D, but now the A chord's going to be up here, and the E and the D. So it's the top 3 notes and the top 3 strings we're going to be playing, rather than the G, the D, G, and the B string. We're going to be on the G, B, and the E. So we're going to play the A chord here, and we're going to use our pinky and just kind of flutter up here on the 7th fret. We're going to resolve back to the A, which is an E. We're going to take this D shape like this, but we're going to play it up here on the E. So what I did there was A. I'm going to add that B in there, that 2, E. When I hit that E again, I'm going to do an E sus4. I'm going to go like that. So then the same thing. And what I'm doing there is a part of an A chord. Down here I'm playing the A and the C sharp on the 2nd fret on the G and the B string. And where it ends, it resolves back up to the A up there, okay? So it alternates. The first time we go down to this A, and the last time we resolve it up to this A. And then it goes back to... Okay, it does that thing. Now there is one other part that's very similar. It goes like... So what I'm doing there is I'm doing an A. It's like 316 by Van Halen. All right, so we're taking these chords. So he's going like this, A to a D, and back to an A. Then this E, we got an A pedal tone the whole time. And then D, E, A, E. One part that may give you trouble, and it kind of sucks, is when it goes between this E and the A. There's this A up here, just like when he does the very intro. That thing. So we're gonna go. There it is. Other than the drum solo in the middle part that is played by Liberty, man, that thing is so cool. That's the whole song. So that's Jack and Diane. You just got to have your amp on some distortion. You roll back to get it clean. And then when you go back to that beginning, you can turn it up and be like... And then roll back off of it. All right, so there's Jack and Diane. Cool. Now we're going to talk about, if I can find my capo, we're going to talk about Small Town. Small Town is played in the key of B major. And if you want to sound like the record, a lot of songwriters and a lot of guitar players come up with these cool riffs, and they require capos because we're going to be playing cowboy chords. I call cowboy chords because they're, you know, like these country chords down here. So we're going to be playing the G and the C and the D shape. Okay, we're going to be playing those shapes, but we're going to be up here, and the B is on the 7th fret, so we need a capo on the 4th fret. This takes the place of the nut, and it moves it right there, so we can play a G chord shape, but this is a B, all right? And we're going to be doing the D shape and the C shape, all right? Now, when they cut these songs in the studio, they may have a guy playing a B down here, and they may be doubling this with an acoustic guitar, and they'll be doubling it with an electric guitar. Some guys may be playing the C chord like this, the C shape, but on the record, a lot of what he's doing, again, is this C9 shape. And particularly they do that because it's easy, but it gives you that tonality, that it's, you know, a lot of these songs, if you haven't noticed so far, John Cougar's style is he relies a lot on pedal tones and tones that kind of carry, they resonate through the whole song. That's kind of like that Americana vibe that he has, right? It's very, it's kind of like a bagpipe where you just have that tonality and it's your center that you feel, and we relate to that as humans. It resonates to us and sonically. And if the song is catchy and the lyrics are cool and it resonates, it just makes us feel warm and fuzzy inside. I'm in the weeds, man. I never thought I'd be in the weeds. We're talking about John Cougar. So here we go. This song starts off with this G shape. All right, so let's talk about this verse. The verse is going to be like this. So what I'm doing is I'm playing this G chord, the D, the C, D, back to a G. So I'm going, and then on this D, I'm going to go, I'm going to pull off this, my ring finger, or my middle finger, hit that C real quick, then push. And then he goes A minor to a D. Okay, and then the chorus is basically all right, and then there's a little bridge that goes. Where he says, well, I won't forget where I come from. Okay, so that's pretty much all of Small Town. The main thing about it is there is this little breakdown where it goes. Where it gets real quiet. I forgot about that. So what I'm doing there is this main riff. So on that C, I'm going to keep this E string open and go. So we're holding the C shape and go. Then it builds back up into the chorus. All right, cool. Hope this is all making sense. I'm trying to go through this a little bit rapidly to give you the best bang for your buck. Since it's free, right? All right, let's talk about R.O.C.K. in the USA. R.O.C.K. is in E, and it goes. So when it starts off, it's got that really cool acoustic part, and most people play. It's like What I Like About You by the Romantics, but it's not. It's similar, but the very beginning goes E, A. And the D shape is like this again, but it's got the A on the bass. So it's a D with an A on the bass. And then when it kicks in, You gotta put that at the end of that chorus. So when it's full-blown chorus, it's E, A, D, A, scratch. And the lead guy's going. So I'm taking this E, open E, and letting it ring out, and I'm sliding up to this E on the 5th fret on the B. While the other guys are going. Okay, and then during the verse, they quiet it down, and they're going to go back to this beginning. So that D is going to be with the A on the bass. And then the chorus. And then at the end of the chorus, they go to the 5, which is a B, rockin' in the USA. Hey. Now the key to this song, if you're playing it in a band, is dynamics. So back to. You might even want to finger pick it, you know. All right, and then the solos, there's like a keyboard solo goes. So if you're up here on the E minor pentatonic position, the whole solo can be played all up here on the top 3 strings, and that keyboard solo is like 12th fret to 15th, bending this D up to an E on the B string. And then the guitar solo when he goes. So basically, I mean, that's kind of what he's doing. He's taking the G and the B string on the 12th fret, and he's going to bend them and go back down to the 14th fret on the D. Doing these double stops, he's going to be on the 14th fret on the G and the B. Going down to the 12th fret. And then it's got this little, at the very end, the keyboard. So the main thing about this song is you know, playing with dynamics. In the beginning, that D with the A on the bass is key. Chorus. Space, and then that guy going, because it's just raucous rock and roll, and then back to. So John Cougar, if there's one thing that you will learn in this lesson, is a lot of pedal tones and tonalities that carry themselves throughout all of these tunes, a lot of tasteful dynamics and songwriting, pieces that separate the verse and the chorus. A lot of times the verse and chorus are very similar or the same chord progressions, but it's the dynamics and the way the chords are played and layered that make it sound different with the melody over it, and that central droning tonality to these songs that give it that rock and roll Americana vibe that it has that we all love. So fun to play on the guitar. The challenging part is to get these tones right, to play with style and finesse, which I kind of did in this lesson. Hopefully, for the most part, I did, and I hope that you enjoyed the content. If you did, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a whole lot more than you can imagine, and I appreciate your support. Comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.